Hi, my name is Daniel King, and I'm a student at Georgetown University's Master's in Professional Studies in Real Estate. Today, I will be presenting you a case study on the Eco-Modern Flats, which is a redevelopment of a mid-century modern apartment complex. For today's agenda, I'll be discussing the background of the project, the overview and the location, the project team and goals, the sustainable design elements, mandates and incentives, life cycle costs analysis, risk management, investment environment, the outcome, and future adaptations. Before I begin my case study, I want to provide a little background on the project. Originally known as the Glendale Apartments, it was an underperforming apartment complex that consisted of 96 units, and the developer saw the opportunity for a green renovation. They acquired the property for $1,150,000. To the right are some pictures before the renovation. Developers saw the opportunity for sustainable redevelopment of the project that would incorporate energy-saving features, modern updates, and bring a sense of community to a dilapidated asset. The project had good bones, and the developer oversaw an adaptive reuse project of the existing structure and market potential in the city of Fayetteville, Arkansas. Touching upon my point of market potential, the Fayetteville market was underserved in the sustainability sector, and the rental market was eager for this type of product. The $7.4 million project included a complete renovation and redesign of 4 three-story buildings built between 1968 and 1972. It focused on sustainable design and wellness features targeted towards young professionals and students. The site is near the University of Arkansas. The developer believed that sustainability and wellness features would garner higher rents and increase the value of the property. They believed that the renters were willing to pay a premium for units that were attractive, provided a healthy atmosphere, were comfortable, and had a good location. And the renovation of the Eco-Modern Flats was a one-of-a-kind development when it opened. Delving into the location, the age of the building was 38 years old at the time of renovation. The building consisted of 4 buildings with 3 floors each. Each floor had 8 one-bedroom apartments, and there were 96 units, and the property was acquired in May 2010. The redevelopment started in July 2010. The first tenants moved into the new units in January 2011. The project was completed in August 2011, and the project achieved LEED Platinum status in May 2011. The project team consisted of the developer, Specialized Real Estate Group, or SRG for short, was a newer developer out of Fayetteville, Arkansas at the time of redevelopment. SRG knew they needed to find an equity partner that shared their same vision. They reached out to and partnered with Rob Dant and Bobby Stevenson, who had worked on similar projects in the past. They also provided the initial construction financing. The construction was financed through U.S. Bank midway through the project, and permanent financing was with Grand Bridge Real Estate Capital, and they also received a special rate for the LEED certification. On the design, and they partnered with local architecture firm Modus Studio. They brought in Veridian for sustainability consulting and Myers-Beatty to configure design elements such as the green roofs and 4,600-gallon cisterns. To ensure that the construction went according to plan, SRG brought in H7 Group, who worked with the general contractor, Town Builders. The team had many goals in mind when they came up with the plan. They worked with Modus Studios in an integrated design process to achieve these goals. The first goal was reduce utility consumption through energy efficiency. The second goal was to improve the indoor air quality. The third goal was the adaptive reuse of the 4 buildings. And the fourth goal was use of sustainable building materials, such as concrete countertops. But the goals didn't stop there. They wanted to integrate community recycling, water reclamation through use of cisterns, enhance resident comfort and well-being, and enhance community with community garden, rooftop common areas, and access to local trails. The sustainable design features focused on energy, community, health, land, and water. From the building aspect, they repurposed the structure, updated mechanicals, used sustainable building materials, and recycled construction waste. Savings achieved through sustainable investment included reduced operating expenses. Focusing on the mandates and incentives, in 2011, when the project was completed, there were almost no sustainable codes that were enacted at the time. The only code that the developer was limited by was the stormwater regulations. However, as of 2018, there has been quite a few different mandates and incentives that were in place, such as active transportation plan, tactical urbanism, trails and greenways, electrical vehicle charging stations, as well as energy incentives, such as the Energy Action Plan, Recycling Trash Master Plan, a number of utility-sponsored energy savings plans, Recycle Something, and in 2016, the city of Fayetteville also implemented a sustainability scorecard system as a way for property owners to find ways to participate in sustainability practices. Examining the life cycle expenses of the project totaled $7.4 million. In addition to the acquisition expense, hard costs totaled $5 million and soft costs totaled $1.25 million. My analysis of the project figured that the green features accounted for $805,000 or $38 per square foot of the hard expenses, which was 16% of the hard expenses. The green building materials were about 25% more than the construction grade building materials for the project. In addition, I analyzed the life cycle expenses for solar water heaters. The energy savings paid for the system versus traditional systems was about 14 years payback, but the maintenance is high for these types of systems to keep them operating efficiently. However, I projected the end-of-use life cycle was right around 15 years, but safer projections would be around 10 years depending on the water quality. Assessing the risk management for the project involved examining the legal risk, which would have been the contracts, government ordinances and rules, lender requirements, the financial risks such as the partnership agreements with Robert Dant, the loan agreements with U.S. Bank, the green certification compliance agreement with LEED, and mitigation, such as hiring a green building expert, being mindful of city ordinances and guidelines, getting the certificates of insurance from the construction company, and obtaining lien waivers for completion of the project. Many investors are eager for sustainable projects in their portfolio. A tool used to assess the sustainable marketability of these projects is known as GRESB, or Global Sustainability Environmental Benchmark. Evaluating the investment environment of the project according to GRESB requires an assessment of the property's sustainability features. The GRESB is based on the three elements of environmental, social, and governance. The grouping of these categories and features of the Eco-Modern Flats is displayed below. Based on a preliminary assessment, the property has a potential score of 90%. The GRESB assessment is available upon request. Further evaluating the investment environment of the project, sustainable buildings are providing cost savings, reduced regulatory risk, increased liquidity, and tapping into a new market. The Eco-Modern Flats took advantage of these opportunities and achieved 113 to 140% rent to pro forma projections, reduction in water use per unit of 45%, annual electricity savings of $57,000, and the total project cost $7,400,000. Besides an eager market, the investment upside far exceeded original projections. The outcome of the project was that the Eco-Modern Flats was a success. They received the highest LEED rating was the first LEED certified development in Arkansas and the first apartment complex in the state to specifically promote a healthy lifestyle. Milestones included LEED Platinum, Energy Star, a number of local Fayetteville awards, and Developers and Sustainability Awards. Continuing on with the accolades, another set of milestones included the 2015 Green Builder Home of the Year and National Apartment Association Paragon Award winner. And the awards continue to come. And in 2013, they won the coveted Global Award for Excellence from the Urban Land Institute. There have been many takeaways from the Eco-Modern Flats redevelopment. These include future adaptations of knowledge that the people of Fayetteville value sustainability, providing a sustainable living alternative to traditional rentals in the marketplace. Local government taking notice, such as implementing city ordinances and incorporation of bike paths and trails, green incentives such as utility providers offering rebates and grants for energy efficient mechanicals, and the opportunity for development of new product in the marketplace. There have been several adaptations of the Eco-Modern Flats model since it was completed in 2011. The first is the Cardinal at West Center, which is a sustainable project near the University of Arkansas that achieved LEED Gold status. The Uptown, which is another SRG development project that was just completed. The Modern 1540, which was an adaptive reuse of an existing building in Fayetteville, Arkansas. And the last is the Whittam Cottages, which is currently under construction by SRG Development and is another sustainable product for the marketplace. Thank you, and I hope you've enjoyed learning about the Eco-Modern Flats. Sources cited.